Hey there! Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for You, and today we are going to be talking about how to take your review lessons and spice it up by integrating some interactive art lessons. Now, before I continue, I just want to take a moment to say Happy Thanksgiving, because in Canada, where I am right now, it's Thanksgiving Day. And I'd love to let you know that whether you're a new viewer or someone who's been with us for a while, I just want to say thank you. I so appreciate you being here. And I hope when we're done here today, you take this moment to pass on some gratitude to someone else who you believe has touched your life. And as a way of saying thank you, I have a free resource library if you want any resources for your classroom. Go ahead and check out the link that will be associated with this video. Yeah, so let's dive right on in. Now, as a teacher, I know adding yet something else to the curriculum where you already have so much going on is just way too much. So we are not going to do that for you. What we're going to do is we're going to take your already planned out review lesson and we're going to just add a little bit of art into it. It's going to be so seamless, you're going to love it. And what's even more beautiful about this is because if you want to teach your children out of the box thinking, if you want to teach them how to be creative, how to think creatively, how to think on their feet, this is a process for you because it enables children not just to learn how to problem solve, but how to creatively problem solve. And it allows those kids who you might have lost in your lesson or in your review lesson because they might be bored or they just don't get something. You're going to bring them in, reel them in, and get some excitement going. So shall we do this? Let's do this. The first lesson is going to be called, or is called, the Quick Review Sketches. Now what I mean by this is when you want your kids to show their learning, instead of just verbally have them summarize the lesson or write it down, instead give them a blank piece of paper and say, hey, can you draw it out for me? But with the added caveat that this is going to be timed. So you're not just going to have them have the whole day working on it or a full lesson. It's just a quick, maybe 5-10 minute lesson where they're going to draw out what they've learned. Now this process allows them to think quickly on their feet because they don't have the time to sit there and wonder, well, should I draw about this or should I draw about that? They have to draw as quickly as possible. That is thinking on your feet. And if you put them in groups, you're now taking what they have been learning or what they've reviewed and you're teaching them to talk in a group setting and learn more about what they're working on. Because if they've missed something in their review lesson or in their art piece, then they can always go back and review it at home. Make sense? So that's number one. Number two is the whole class review sketches. Now here, this is fun. What you're going to do is you're going to take, again, a blank piece of paper, and it's going to be quick. What you're going to do is have one child start the drawing, and then they're going to pass it on to the next person, and so forth until everybody in the class has had a chance to add to that drawing. And this is a review of what they've learned. So you might have a section of, say, the respiratory system. And so they might have to draw what they've learned about the respiratory system, but just a small segment of what they've learned. And all the children in the class, if it's like 30 kids in your class or 35 or what have you, then they are going to add to this to make a bigger piece of this art piece. Now you're not just going to let it go. What you're going to do is take this piece and you're going to put it up and you're going to have a review session based on their drawing because it allows for a collective sense of community. It also gives them a purpose to want to learn because they're looking at what they've created and what others have added to it. And those who have not had who just don't remember or who think, oh, all of my thoughts are out on paper, nobody knows if they've added something or not. All they're doing is looking at what they've added and what others have added to their drawing, right? So if they didn't add anything, they're just going to look at what has been added, right? So that's what we're going for. They get to review, but in a more fun way, and it's quick, it's timed, everything's exciting there. Okay, and so this allows them to solve a problem together as a group, as a class. So that's another form of problem solving right there. Now, the last piece, number 3, is called the collage review sketches. And here, you're going to have your kids create a collage of what they've been working on. Now, I wouldn't say, don't just have them put magazine cover, cut out magazine covers or pictures and then glue it onto a page. Have them take that, but add to it with drawing, because this allows them to really visualize the image, assess it, analyze the problem, and add to it. So that's another form of creative problem solving, right? So they're doing a lot of thinking outside the box just based off of this. So again, you're going to have them draw or take a magazine and actually cut it up, paste it on to their sheet, and then they add to the drawing, and that's another form of review. And if you want to add to it, have them again go into groups so they can talk about their work, and then they show their completed pieces, and they go home and they know what to work on because they might have missed something. So those are our three different forms of review lessons that you could host in your classroom. So let's really recap. What we've talked about is the importance of integrating art into your review lessons. The three forms that we looked at are the quick review sessions, we looked at the whole class review sessions, or sketches, sorry, and we looked at the collage review sketches. Within this section, we also discussed how it would help your children think more creatively, think on their feet, and think outside the box with creative problem-solving skills. Okay. Now, if you would like more details, if you missed something here, you're welcome to watch the replay, or you could check out the blog post that will show up with the video at www.colorfulteachingforyou.com/blog. It'll come out on Monday. So I hope this was beneficial for you. I'd love to say happy Thanksgiving again, and if you'd like some free resources, check out the free resource library. The link will be associated with this video. And in the meantime, remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. I look forward to seeing you again, same place, same time, next week. Take care. Bye.